My name's Moghseen Jadwat, Mook for short. Used to referee, did 53 first grade games, father of 3, part-time cyclist here in Centennial Park, and work for the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. There was an ad in the local paper advertising for referees, so I thought, why not give that a go, get some pocket money along the way, and kicked on to Metro Cup, reserve grade, and then through to first grade from there. I remember my first grade debut. It was a game at the Sydney Football Stadium. The game was South Sydney versus Illawarra. It was quite controversial in that it was a draw, and I had the misfortune of miscounting tackles, and that went in favour of Illawarra, and they scored on that missed tackle. So I was lucky to make it out of the ground alive. So I didn't think I'd referee first grade after that. It was quite a harrowing period.
A controversial end, full of drama.
There's a human element to refereeing, and I think people saw that, and a lot of people were forgiving, and got another opportunity off the back of it. But it was a pretty difficult time as a referee. You don't like to make mistakes. Went back, did reserve grade for the rest of the year, cut my teeth in reserve grade, and learnt from that, and gradually became a better referee as a result. Well, as a refereeing group, John Hopewadi was always a character to referee, but we worked him out in the way we managed him was through Terry Hill, who used to play inside of him, both at Manly and at the West Tigers. So normally Terry would cop the brunt of your frustrations with John Hopewadi, and you'd ask him to pass on the message. So you had more luck talking to Terry than you did John. Best player I ever refereed was Andrew Johns. I got to referee him a few times. Just a genius with the ball in his hand, reading of the game. You see players just with a lot of time on their hands, and he had time in spades. Yeah, I had to go cold turkey. It's something that I took up as a kid in school in the mid-80s. Gave it away in 2000, so it took a fair chunk of my life. I was dedicated to it, I was consumed by it. I was driven to get to the top. I probably left a lot of potential on the table. I felt like I was getting to a point where I was gradually being accepted by the rugby league community, become a better referee, but for me, I had to walk away because of my circumstances and the career opportunities that I had in front of me. So I work for the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I've been there for 11 years. I've been fortunate enough to have a good career there. Yeah, so it's a pressure cooker environment, and works like that from time to time. Having that background and that discipline that you get from refereeing has certainly helped with that. The alarm clock goes off at 4:30, 4:45 each morning. Yeah, we ride competitively, be it in the park or out in a race. I do this for me outside of family and work. It's a release from that. I've made some good mates from cycling, and it gives me that that competition that you crave. Feel for the game that someone like Bill Harrigan had. I think that's lost, and I don't know if referees will ever get that back. I think there's too many occasions where referees will blow penalties on tackle 1 and 2, where opposition sides are happy to give away those penalties rather than put the whistle away and maybe blow the penalty on the 5th tackle. I have no regrets. My last game was better than my first game, so I left on a good note. From my own perspective, I've got lifelong friends at a rugby league. It's taught me how to be resilient, dealing with crowds, with players, with all the political side of refereeing. So I've got a lot out of the game.